I fought the best of them. You was the best so far, you know?
What is the inner motivation for Tank Davis to take this fight?
No disrespect, but to come get niggas.
Okay, so Tank fans think Tank is too small for fighters like Jack Catterall. Catterall's too big and strong. The morning after. Blood! 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 So, listen, first, we got to break down Jack Catterall versus Regis Prograis before I do my trolling. Regis Prograis, Jack Catterall was a fantastic fight. I really enjoyed myself watching the fight. I thought it was a good fight. Hold on. Do I see a blur? A little bit better. Anyway, I think it was a fantastic fight. Now, after the fight, Regis Prograis, he pretty much retired. He said he's going to bare knuckle.
It's because it's just getting too long, I think. So I think for now, go to bare knuckle, do something else.
That'll be diabolical. I think he'd do good at bare knuckle, how his hands go. I mean, he just let his hands go. He's fast. I think he'd do well in bare knuckle. Plus, you know how he moves his head is going to work better with bare knuckle since they don't have the glove. You know, the fist is smaller than the fist plus on top of the glove. So he'll be able to weave in and out more punches. He'll be great for bare knuckle, in my opinion. But he also said that Jack Catterall was the toughest fighter or the hardest fight that he had. He's the best out of all the fighters he fought, and he fought the top guys.
Good, bro. Really, I fought the best of them. You was the best so far, you know? And I'll give you tips. I'll talk to you about things later.
And you can't help but to think about Devin the American Dream Haney. It's like, wait a minute. Did you forget the ass whipping Devin the American Dream Haney gave you? And Devin Haney, he tweeted that he ruined Regis Prograis. But when you think about what Regis is saying, okay, from Regis' perspective, you know, there were always a question. We had this question in War Room, I think, a few times. Would you rather be beat up or outboxed? So when Regis say that Catterall was the best fighter he's fought, I think that's what he means. Have you ever heard De La Hoya say who's the toughest fighter he ever fought or the hardest fight he ever been in? It was Ike Cortez. And he beat Ike Cortez. And it's like, wait a minute, you know, you lost to B-Hop, you lost to Floyd. Right? Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Like, you fought Sweet Pea Whitaker and Trinidad. No, he was in there, and he knows that Ike Cortez was the hardest fighter, like the toughest fight he had. He fought Shane Mosley twice and lost to him twice. But he says Ike Cortez, and I think that's where Regis Prograis is coming from. Devin Haney outboxed him. He actually dropped him, too. He rocked him another time. But he pretty much just outboxed him and stayed away from him for 12, where Jack Catterall hurt him multiple times, dropped him twice, you know, just had him all over the ring, and they had more of a fight. The fight was very competitive at the beginning. You know, let's break this fight down a little bit. Just Prograis doing some work at the beginning, and there was a time where I thought my $100 bet was secure. I'm like, Regis Prograis is getting busy, but you do know that Regis Prograis tends to get tired, that his arms are low, his arms get heavy bomb spaghetti, and you knew it was a matter of time before Jack Catterall started landing the left over and over again. And he did just that. Jack Catterall proving that he's one of the best at 140. And when Regis Prograis say that he's the best that he fought, you know, I think that's what he means. And when Devin Haney is talking about he ruined him, you kind of, fans don't really feel like that Devin Haney's performance against Regis Prograis was a fighter ruining another fighter type of performance, right? I mean, when you think of a fighter being ruined, you think of fights like, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, right? Floyd Mayweather versus Gotti, Trinidad versus David Reed. You're like, okay, those guys got ruined in this fight, right? When you look at, and there's many others, but if you look at the fight with Devin Haney, you don't feel like that's he ruined Regis Prograis type of performance. But Jack Catterall being one of the best at 140, and listen, man, I saw Jack Catterall's performance, and I still think, I know Tank Davis fans call me a hater for this, but I still think Gervonta Tank Davis would beat him. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is good enough to beat him, and I'm trying to convince Tank fans who really love Tank, who really think that he's a good fighter, that he's good enough to fight at 140. Tank fans are like, you know, he's too small. Tank's fighting. You're trying to get him killed, ShowBizz. You're trying to get him killed? No, I think Tank Davis can beat Catterall, and I'm trying to convince you guys that Tank Davis would dominate at 140. And if he moves up and fights someone like Jack Catterall and fight Rayo and fight Devin Haney and fight Teofimo Lopez, if he were to do great things like that, Shakur Stevenson say he's going to move up to 140 and he meets Shakur Stevenson at 140. If he goes to 140 campaign and wipe these guys out, even meet Orion Garcia at 140 or 143 and defeat him in some kind of rematch, I think all of that would be big money fights for Tank, and it'd be huge for his legacy, and I think he can do it. And I'm trying to convince Tank fans, Tank isn't too little, too small. I think Tank is very good. I think he's one of the, talent-wise, skill-wise, he's one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life, and I think he could dominate 140.
No disrespect, but to come get niggas.
And I'm going to keep going until I convince you Tank fans to believe in Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, let's talk about Chimaev. Let's talk a little UFC real quick. Bro, I saw the highlights, and I saw when Chimaev made Whitaker tap. And it was very quick. It was like soon as he got him in a rear naked, it was like a face crusher. As soon as he squeezed for a quick second, Whitaker tapped. And it's like, well, yeah, because I heard last night when I was calling a fight, he made him tap very quick in the first round. It was like, quick ain't the word. That was blazing fast. But then you see Daniel Cormier put this picture up. And then you think, when I saw that picture, I was just so confused. I said, well, he knocked his teeth out, but they're all stuck together? That's plaque out the ass, right? I'm like, that is the most plaque-filled row of teeth ever. I couldn't understand why his teeth were floating on his tongue, but together and not, separate. And then you realize, no, Chimaev crushed his lower jawbone. He fractured it, and the middle of it, row, was pushed back. Chimaev is terrifying. Right? He's better BF terrifying. Chimaev is dangerous and terrifying. And to do that to a man's face that quick, it's not like he was squeezing it, and then it broke in front. It was just pop. Yo, that is terrifying. Okay, so let's look at these highlights. Regis Prograis versus Jack Catterall. Let me know what you think in comments below. ShowBizz for adult. We're in the zone war room.
We in the zone war room.
At all times, let's not team off. Touch gloves. Touch gloves.
So we get underway then in one of those fights that can make or break careers and reputations. Two southpaws who are, we've seen throughout their careers, adept and accomplished at dealing with fellow southpaws. This has all the makings of a high-quality affair.
Sometimes you can just break a guy's rhythm with just throwing a simple 1-2 down the pipe. There's all of this fancy posture and feinting, shifting of shoulders and feet and head.
Oh, good left hand. He waited for the opportunity, took the opportunity. Best shot of the fight so far, landed by Jack Catterall in the closing stages of the round.
This is what he does, Catterall. He waits, he's so clever.
I was saying at the beginning how both of these have strong records against southpaws. And that's what we're seeing unfold here. Guessing and trying to read what each is attempting to perform.
This has been a good round from Prograis. He's out jabbing, listen, there's nothing really landing. But he is forcing the fight, and good left hand. That can be the difference in a round like that.
That outweighs it. It does, doesn't it? You have to say that.
But I'll probably still lean to Prograis for this round. More jabs, more success.
He's not even throwing at the land, is he? He's just trying to draw something out there from Catterall.
Sharp 1-2 from Catterall.
And that draws reaction from the crowd.
He's got to make him move. He can't attack Jack when Jack's planted and Jack's set.
There's little twitchy movements that he got with the shoulders there, Prograis, just disguising some of these attacks.
Catterall doing well. Giving the eyes, looking up and down. Good follow through from Prograis. Jab. He's going to give it a knockdown.
3, 4, 5.
Yes, and the referee does.
7.
Touches down. This could be hugely significant in a fight of this nature in the closing seconds of the 5th round. The crowd don't like it, but the referee's decision there could be so pivotal when we come to the end of this contest.
That could force the fight them to act now. His left leg just kind of goes out from underneath him, but it is a punch.
Yeah, and I think
the crowd now attempting to get behind Jack Catterall into round number 6.
Good corner work from Jamie Moore. They're just sensing what was happening. He was getting too close with the feet, he said to Catterall. He's getting too close to you.
you've got to gain his respect, and you've got to get the balance right there, though. Don't fight Progray's fight, which is a minute, is where we're at.
And there does seem to be a spring in the step of Progray. There's an urgency about his work and a zap about his work in this round. Buoyed by that success in the 5th. And the occasion needed, because the crowd getting into voice now, trying to get behind Jack Catterall. So much at stake here.
Look at Progray, though, just following around, trying to fight with that front foot, but he's doing it as well. Trying to force something out of Catterall.
It's him who looks like the boss in there. Even though Catterall's had some good spells in this round, and probably is winning the round.
Last time we looked at Tony's card, it was Progray leading by a single point, and now it's the other way around. Catterall has edged his way in front by winning rounds 6 and 7 on Tony's scorecard. Desperately close, and we expect it to be like that all the way to the final bell. Who can impose his authority on the contest here now? As again, Progray goes looking for the big overhand right and then slips to the canvas. The crowd want a count. The referee says no. It is compelling to watch, the guessing and the second guessing, and all the successes of Catterall, like those being cheered by the crowd. But Progray responds, and Catterall backed off as the two men tumbled to the canvas. But Catterall noticeably backed off. Crowd like that as Progray loses his footing on the advertising logo in the centre of the ring here.
He's trying to set Catterall to shaking hand by left hand. A good shot though, yeah. From Progray.
Tremendous response after Progray had landed heavily himself.
6, 7, 8.
Just over 40 seconds to go in the round. The crowd on their feet now. This could be a huge moment in the fight and in the career of Jack Catterall. Half a minute to go. Progray backs off. Tremendous. The left hand finds a home. Twice in the round. Progray goes down. These are absolutely crucial moments in the fight. The bell has sounded. Desperate times for Regis Progray, attempting to become a 3-time world champion.
But not doing enough, I don't think. Trying. Leaving himself open for the uppercut. And the left hand.
Good work there from Catterall. Both with the evading the shots and coming back with them 2 punches there.
Well, it's been a tremendous battle. 3 knockdowns so far as we head into the final 3 minutes. Good jab at the start of the round from Progray. Animated were his team in the corner. And there's Tony's scorecard now. Catterall with a decisive lead heading into this final round. And there's the desperation from Regis Progray. That's how much he wants it. The timekeeper raps on the canvas and Catterall gets behind the jab. A shake of the head from Progray. Both of them swinging right to the final bell. The referee steps in to part them as the bell sounds at the end of 12 high-quality rounds.
Manuel Oliver Palomo, 117-108. Bob Williams and Dave Braslow both scored about 116 to 109. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBO International Super Lightweight Champion, Jack El Gato Catterall.
A rapturous ovation here for Jack Catterall, the winner of one of the most important nights in his career.